respawn is so much closer than theirs, it's not always a good idea, and considering how much you were already down people-wise, it might be a little suspect. Because they will still retain an advantage. But you guys seem to have stabilized. I wouldn't lead with that. I do think some of your combos need work. That's awkward. We didn't get hit by that. Okay. Unfortunate. Another thing about movement with him. Back. Just back up 5 seconds. So to get out of spawn, you pretty much want to use Rocket Punch. This one. It's a 4-second cooldown. It goes quite a distance. Instead, this other one doesn't even take you to this entryway, and is on a 7-second cooldown. So you're not really getting as much mobility and use out of your cooldowns as possible. From what I've seen, what people tend to do is as Doomfist, is they try to repeat a cycle of use Punch to close the distance, because it's on a really low cooldown from some high god-awful place in the world. And then they use Slam to knock a target up, they shoot it once, and animation cancel the shot with straight into Uppercut. And then from Uppercut, the target is locked in trajectory, and you can shoot him 4 more times. 3 with the remaining ammo, and 1 because it will have recharged by then. That should give you a kill on a 200 HP character if you're able to pull it off correctly, without much issue. And then you can use Punch to get out and reset cooldowns, or continue to try to get another pick. That's like the general flow of Doomfist as he's evolved. Now, that's like a cookie cutter combo. You can, there's a lot of different things you can do, but I'm not really seeing what we're currently comboing into the table being that effective. We seem to be closing the distance with our Slam on really low damage values, since we're not attacking first from high ground. We're also not using it too much as a disruption, we're just kind of using it to get close. When it's very good CC ability. You do better than that. Wow. I was going to say shooting the fire doesn't make much sense at all, but for some reason she was anti-ed. So we actually get value out of that. We missed with that, we missed with that. Kill the Reaper. We've completely forgotten about the Moira who just faded in our face. So which way did she go? I think Fade still has directional markers. I think she's to our left. So there is a Moira, a main healer for the enemy team, 1 of 2, without her orb, because she just used it, without her ultimate, and without her Fade. She should die, and this is very much a scenario where you as Doomfist can influence that. Also, we're kind of low in health. We're at less than what a Tracer would be. If we use our cooldowns to go into the enemy team, we are risking more. It's higher risk. We can instead look to pick off the Moira who is out of position, assuming she is in fact to our left, while also sort of retreating to the safety of our team. So we're gonna miss a couple combos, we're gonna bully the Ryan out of the match. Seems fine. He can just kill us if he was a bit better. But we get some cooldowns. We end up trading, that seems fine. Okay, so now we actually have time to calm the hell down. This is a nice kill. So I'm running Doomfist. I want to kind of control the flanks. I kind of want to control high ground. What I want to do is I want to set up here, or maybe back here by the mini. There's a mini here. That way the Reaper can't come that way, or he risks getting punched by you. Also, you have high ground for when they come in. You can drop down on them with your slam, then immediately uppercut the Rhine and punch him into your team, killing him. You have a lot more options from high ground and higher damage thanks to your slam, which I'm sure you know, but the higher you are before your slam, the more damage it does, up to a max of 125, I think. Something like that. Doomfist is all about his combos and animation cancels, very much like Genji. A lot of his damage feels nerfed if you're not quite pulling it off. Stunning on the payload doesn't really do anything here. You could be scouting, could be shutting down flanks. Your diva is taking high ground position where she's able to freely harass Reinhardt. Taking away from Winston, seems good. We're just kind of here. Now we end up here. We're spending a lot of time. The Pharah is not really our job, and we're not really being effective by doing this, unfortunately. Like that whole thing, we wasted all of our cooldowns and maybe like 5 to 10 seconds of our time to give her like 20 damage. The only reason why that was even close is because she mismanaged her fuel and has been otherwise entirely ignoring us. Not really something I look forward to doing, but we have a great opportunity on him. Thankfully, he didn't have cooldowns and we landed the headshot. Otherwise, our electricals would have been rough. Seems a fine combo. Didn't have shifts. Oop, missed one shot. Got another kill. Doing well. Sometimes the punch is just enough. Alright, so they're over now. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Get the Mercy, that's huge. We didn't need to Meteor Strike here. At least not immediately. So, at the time we Meteor Strike and get the Mercy, we have like 300 plus health. We still have another cooldown and plenty of ammo. We could have uppercut him, shot him a little bit, and then use Meteor Strike either when we are low or when we no longer have any other cooldowns to contribute to the fight. It's a little bit of inefficiency. It really doesn't matter. Geralt will do plenty here. It's just we were saving and it's like, ooh, we're gonna get her. That's so juicy. You can see how much like better the second point is for her, for Doomfist rather. Get an accidental kill, start popping off. Ooh, close. Your E, your slam accuracy is not the greatest. Well, that was pretty good. We didn't get full pushed. One fish, red fish, blue fish, one fish, doomfish. He doesn't quite remember the title, but he's close. So we're back on Doomfist. Okay. Seems fine. To quote my coach. I mean, kind of true. I don't necessarily agree with that, but you do have to be like flexing to something you're not proficient with is a problem a lot of the time. Alright. But I am.
I don't know, man. That just sounds like someone else want to play heal.
Yeah, I mean it is an excuse, but like you can win without it. It just becomes your requirements to win just can be more difficult. Alright, Doomfist. You're right, Mercy is hard to play. I mean, the problem with Mercy is that she doesn't have a lot of agency herself. You can keep someone up, but and your hope is that by keeping someone alive, they're able to influence the fight. But if they never get to influence the fight, then it's like not great. She's a very good force multiplier in that she will make an effective person much more effective. But if they're not effective, she can't do much with it. I'm not saying Mercy is hard to play, but there's more to it than that. Alright. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So I don't mind the first jump here. I don't mind this. But as soon as we're up here, we see double hit scan here. We also don't have a good way of closing this distance anymore. Since by the time our rocket punch charges, we have issues. So it seems like we decided we wanted to be on top of this building without considering what new information we gained by getting up here. And so we are going to use 2 cooldowns for the privilege of dying here. I love the shift up to see where they are, what their position, and if you could communicate that to the rest of your team up here in this little box, that'd be fantastic. Or even, yeah, probably not. Typing it takes too long. But yeah, our decision to go in here is just strange.
Damn, son.
Yeah, we realize it. That seems fine. So they're actually contesting early. Do we know what they have yet? They have a Winston, they have a Mercy, they have double hit scan, they have Hog. Yeah, we can't actually get up there from this angle. I think we have to be here. Maybe on top of the hydrant. You might be able to stand on that hydrant. So they have everyone on high ground except for their Moira. Their Moira should be our kind of focus right now. We are a little bit low on cooldowns. But either the Moira or whomever is contesting card, if not the Moira, is our concern right now. Get a great chance of combo on her. Yeah, she's dead. She needed to not be there. I would not be looking to fight the McCree in general. I think we were low on cooldowns before the stun. Ah, our Reaper's there. Maybe this isn't so bad.
Off me.
Alright, this seems fine. We stunned him out of his heal, that's fantastic. Fortunately, that jump isn't the greatest. Alright, we're in a period where we don't have a lot of resources, so we took a second to stop moving. They're doing a contest that's really weird, so the choke here is the most defensible part on the first point, and they decided to play high ground comp out here on the ledge that you're currently on. Which means if and when they lose that fight because of spawn advantage or just lack of picks or whatever, they won't be able to actually defend at the best spot on the map. You guys are running the Widow to help control that. They have to drop down anyway to contest, so it's like free payload if you can just kill whoever's on cart. So you guys, they shouldn't be able to contest until you guys get to about Fountain now, which will leave them coming out of the narrow openings. So this is very good for you. So right now I'm looking to take position from them as best you can. I don't really want to use 2 cooldowns just to get where I am here when I could just walk. So if I put myself here without cooldowns, even if I'm at this health, there's a non-zero chance that this McCree here kills us or forces us back. Get the Moira. We actually picked the Moira. That's cool. I did not see her there. Did you just guess she had faded to somewhere you could reach? I guess the sound cues. That was a good pick. Alright, so we're guaranteed at this point we can push up at this point to try to get people. Got the Mercy in something, but we shoot twice instead of uppercutting to secure it. Not that big of a deal. Ooh, someone's on payload. We're actually 1 health. Alright, our options there are to either just embrace death, or to realize we have ultimate here. Oof. So we used ultimate and we were able to like McCree without roll has no good way of getting out of the way. Soldier needs to literally sprint from the affair. Our ult is like pretty good here in this situation, I think. Unfortunately, we're not really pushing.
The battle goes on.
Yeah, we don't know about the spacebar thing. It's fine. But we're using a bunch of cooldowns when we're gonna need them in the next fights. So now we got a pick. That's fantastic. Had we not gotten that pick, we would have been left in front of a McCree without cooldowns and nothing to do but shoot him 4 times and stare at him. Or would be forced to ult to not die. That's kind of the concern. They're not really punishing you for this, like, using 2 cooldowns to close the gap instead of just 1. And our fists, our right click is doing a lot of work for us. It's a good knockup. Oh, ooh, that's unlucky. I feel like that angle should hit her. Like, that looks like a great punch. But instead she just fucking slides. That's unfortunate. We get away after burning cooldowns. Fantastic. Cooldowns are coming back. We can punch him with... Ooh, we jumped. Did we just jump there? Right, watch the Mercy live for no good reason. Thanks, Blizzard. Looks like we jumped. So we missed him. We're not getting payload distance for some reason. People need to make sure they're pushing payload. Okay, we ult. Who's dead? We won, so we killed the Ryan. Okay. Yeah, a little too aggressive. But we made a lot of space for our team. The problem is they're spawned so close, it might not matter.
I take it on.
Payload is on its way.
Really?
So I don't mind that aggression. We just failed to kill the McCree there at the end, who was able to carry the fight away from us. I don't think we can get up there and So, like, you seem fine with Doomfist for your level. There are a few things that, like, you're not comfortable in yet. You don't play him enough that you know when and where you can uppercut to a high ground. So you try it there, for instance. If you had the, like, payload to jump from, you probably would have had it. If you had maybe some other ways to get up there, it would be greatly benefit your play. Along with some of the combos, we should not be in right now. Everyone on our team is dead. We're just kind of staggering. Nobody saw that.
Alright, group up.
I'm not even.
Alright, someone actually talks.
Yo, what are you doing, man? How you get beat by a McCree, dude?
Group up a rally, please.
Alright, we're down our Widowmaker. We are... One of our DPS is down. We should not be trying to go in against that. So there's our Widow going down, right?
What are you doing, man? How you get
Our Lucio is shaming him. Like, both of their DPS are right here. If that punch had actually cleared this ledge, we die.
Group up a rally, please.
And since they have the Mercy and we don't, they benefit. And we're dead? No? Maybe? Oh, he actually chased you. Nice. See if you can punch him out of it. Yeah. pretty well done.
Alright, good.
We missed the punch on the ulting hog, but other than that, we're fine. We used cover there, seems good. He is retreated. Alright, we have ult, we can be really, really aggressive now. We have most of our cooldowns. I'll probably try to slam one-shot the soldier, use ults. So we're gonna play tanks, that seems fine too. Get it anyway? Alright. We got the point. We don't actually have to win this fight anymore. So we're not looking to use ultimates. We use ultimates. Okay. So the problem with this is a position on the map that's not really defensible for the defending team right now. They don't have great sightlines or paths of retreat. Our spawn is like decently close and has good sightlines on this anyway. They're highly likely to fall back from here. The flanks are just like too good, essentially, to hold here. And so us burning the ultimate here means that we will not have it for a fight that actually matters later. Hopefully that situation doesn't come up. Where are we looking? Found the soldier, seems fine. Don't drop out of gold, I guess toxic. We randomly get the mercy.
What I tell you, boy?
Why? Yeah. It's fine, we got a kill or two. They'll be forced back from there anyway. We're already like 70, 65, 70 to our next ult.
Alright, now don't forget about the payload, guys.
No big deal. People are brawling, someone's pushing the payload. It's a huge pick. Our uppercuts just aren't effective. We're dead. We're not dead.
We're dead. Alright, group up. Just regroup.
Yeah, you guys only need one more fight.
Don't go in, Reaper. Don't go in.
He's gonna go in.
Man.
He's gonna do it. We're like, our right click is doing the majority of our work. If we could get the other two abilities up to par, that'd be fantastic.
Alright, wait for the tanks.
I'm more impressed with this doomfish than I thought it'd be. I don't want to fight him here. I really don't. Yeah. Let the Reaper punish him. Oh, his flash is down. Ooh, we got caught on geometry. That's unfortunate. So we don't really want to fight him with a pocket here. We could be bullying their Reinhardt. We're devoting 2 people up here, which is kind of an issue. There's his flash again, and we're dead. Yeah. We didn't have a clear angle to get in.
What the shit?
What the shit? So yeah, I dislike that flank if we know he's up there. But at least the Reaper takes that opportunity to kill both of their DPS.
Alright, we gotta go on.
Yeah. Good call by the Lucio. He over-aggresses. You're back in time. Okay, we end up hitting their D.Va? I don't know if you saw, but there was like a lot of squishies there. So like, we use an uppercut, I guess, to just see the situation, okay? But like, they have their Mercy here, they have an ulting Moira, who I think should absolutely be your prime target. Like, even if you don't kill her with the punch, just being able to stun her out of it would be fantastic. Said we don't, we use combos, we do this stuff, seems fine. That guy's dead. Ooh, we jump over the Mercy. Get some nice kills here. Just kind of using cooldowns to use cooldowns, if that makes sense. It's not like we have a specific plan, it's always just go in, and hopefully it works out. That fight's over now. lost our armor. That's a shame. Mercy's not really an
What?
issue. It's just...
Why did you go in? Dude, just group up, man. That's not that hard.
The battle goes on.
30 seconds remaining.
Group up here.
Or a second tank.
Their comp is probably better than yours, but
We've been doing
not
fine.
insurmountable. Yeah, you guys have been doing fine. There's no reason to complain about it now.
Kill rat.
Ooh. We went further in. We're at 1 health. Yeah. So this is like he deals well with angle,
Or a
with
second
like
tank.
corners and shit, but like hallways are not really his friend. You won't get an angle to pin someone with your punch. Your uppercut just hits the roof. Like,
We've been doing fine.
so if they have everyone up here, then their Reinhardt, who was main, just a few steps back. Step. Let's go, boys. Like, there are 4 people in that hallway. That Reinhardt is alone, essentially. Like, it might be beyond your or my skill with Doomfist to, like, drop on him with your E, knock him up, and then punch him back into your team. But that's the sort of thing you can do, is just absolutely get on the other side of him and isolate him from the rest of your team, and that would be a great avenue to open up this fight. Instead, we like punch in here on the diva who's being pocketed. We get flashed. We like hard commit to this. We're like forced to uppercut, but we're not really in a good position to like leave. So we're gonna be floating in the air for a bit. Hopefully 200 health is enough to sustain us against the McCree who's being pocketed and the diva who probably just left. Did she need to leave? Probably not. But hopefully she just left. We can get the Mega and wait for cooldowns and wait for team support. Or we can just try to walk away. Instead we kind of like go in here. Which is kind of a problem. We get her, which is great, but we don't have the cooldowns to really follow up. So we die. And our team all went main instead of following us in. I'm not saying they were wrong to do so. I'm just saying you found yourself alone. And now we're not there for the final fight. But our team will carry it 5v6 regardless.
Group up for rally.
Man, alright, just stay on the payload. Stay on the payload.
Actually got someone with that uppercut. Wow, he's won. We're kind of playing Doomfist as a frontliner. Which thankfully their Reinhardt has been more than willing to be the target of our aggression. I don't know if this would work against some other teams. Like what you could do instead is if they're holed up here with like a DPS or whomever, you could actually like uppercut from the far side by the Mega. Look to assassinate the DPS that's not up there. If you wanted to. Like give you more room to work with. And then you can jump back over the wall when you're being pressured. Right now your only option is playing in the front line. We have our ult again. We're getting a lot of value out of ultimate. Get Mercy, cool. The diva is just stalling payload. You should not be wasting time on that idiot. There you go. Get a nice uppercut. Get the knock up. Miss the punch.
Stay on the payload. Stay on the payload. Dude, I can't hit you that far. Can't hit you that far.
It's fine. Get a nice pick-off kill. We missed that. Good value knockup. Are we gonna get another ult before the end of this? Get a Bastion. Rizzing on payload. Team should generally right now be calling targets for the most part. We're just really in cleanup phase. We don't have anything important to do, just make sure everyone is shooting the same target. It matters less for Doomfist because he does so much damage on his own when he uses cooldowns that like you don't often need the aid of other people if you're doing it properly. But if you're blowing cooldowns and they don't die, and then people on payload don't die, suddenly they start finding a way back into this game. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Talking about we need more help.
You gotta play the game too. Cool. 49 limbs is a lot. 18k healing from your Lucio means he was boosting heals a lot. 25% team damage in a game that only went 3-3. Or 3-2 means that like you guys were taking a lot of damage. Thankfully a lot of that was shields for you. Alright, so let me see if I can show you what I mean about Doomfist. So I'm going to log in to, that's Discord. No. Overwatch. See if I can show you what I mean about some of these combos. Okay, bear with me a second, screen's going to go black. Close out of Epic Pen, close, play. So I am by no means good with Doomfist. I'll keep that in mind. Hopefully my ping isn't out of control here in the training range. Please don't be oceanic. Doomfist. I'm like in Europe or some shit. Okay. Okay. So, for the right click getting out of spawn, what you want to do is hold, jump, and then hold, and then press space again at the end of it. So it's like, see how I had like that burst of speed at the end? The same thing with Widow. So like with the Widow, I can like hook the ground and then maintain the momentum by jumping at the end of the grapple. Same thing with the Winston. I can like, is there enough space here? I don't even know. Let's try. Jump at the end. So with Winston, what I can do is like jump, bubble, hold space, and then I'm at like the edge of the bubble if I do it right. Instead of like bubbling in the middle when I land, I'm actually at the edge. So, just by holding space. But it's applicable to Doomfist because it lets you get really far.
Only through conflict.
And I fucked that up. I messed that up, excuse me. I messed it up again. Am I hitting this ledge and it's just like eating it? Yeah, I went a little farther. Not the greatest. Maybe I can do it from here, it's just better. Yeah, there you go. So I'm able to clear this entire distance instead of just going back and clear to here. So we can delineate it on this distance. I'm at 0 meters now. A regular punch will take me 20 meters, exactly. Okay. But if I do the jump, tech, glide tech, I can go more than 30. It's more than a 50% increase in your jump. So that's something you do to get out of spawn to like get where you need to go faster. You jump while charging punch, and then towards the end of your jump you hit spacebar again. So jump, spacebar, and we're further north. Alright, so the latency isn't very kind to me, but let's show you what I'm talking about. For these other things. So, slam, 49 damage base. Not so great. But it has CC, so that's pretty cool. That little number there is an indicator of how much damage you're going to do. Let's 86. Can almost like double it by just getting height. If I want to get even more heights. Can go 95. It goes up to 125. Pretty cool. So it's important to maintain high ground, if only to like increase your damage by like 40 or 50. But the thing I'm talking about is like he has a couple combos, right? So you can like punch in essentially, go, and then kill yourself. Probably not the best example. Let's find a bot that actually works well on. It's probably one of these. So I'm gonna seismic slam this bot, and then I'm gonna punch uppercut. Yeah, I missed the uppercut. But I am occasionally, like normally you can only fire at that rate, so if you can spend the time, this one needs to die.
Don't let me enter.
Let's try this again. And now he's gonna follow a predictable pattern when he falls. If I don't have him hit a ceiling, or much better, like that one will just die. Maybe I hit him before. But if you notice in the bottom right, I am getting a shot off each time, which is important for damage values. And I'm gonna hit the ceiling. So everyone's locked in animation when we hit shift. So it's gonna follow that, and you should be able to practice getting headshots, or at least body shots when that happens. Okay. There's another one you can do, which I'm not very proficient with. Let's just do that one again. Show it once more. With or without the shot. E, shift, easy go. There's another one you can do, which, if you have your right click, I'm not very good with, you can like shift. And there's a timing where you can actually guarantee the right click damage. Like I said, I'm not very good with it. But you can do some animation cancels there as well. You can go like, come into me, punch uppercut, knock him back, he's at 1 health. You can finish him off with a melee if you wanted to. My charge wasn't that great. So punch uppercut, pretty good. Seem to have hit the one behind me. 50 MS is killing me here. Shot uppercut. You notice how low he was? And I'm not even getting headshots there. This is how Doomfist deals a lot of his damage, and then he can do stuff like flying in from far side of the map, like I can stand on something. So this is the goal with Doomfist. And then my punch gets me out after I have 400 health. That guy just got assassinated. We have lovely things to talk about. So, I missed the uppercut. That's the sort of things you can practice with him. Just use the lowest cooldown to get in. Jump on people with the one. Animation cancel the rest. See if we can pull it off once more. I missed it. Or mistimed it. But them hitting ceilings like this is like really awkward for you. For example, respawn. Like, he just regains control right away because he hits the ground. You can also like
Meteor strike.
a lot of animation cancels you can do with him. Things will work for your combos. See if you can work on them. I hope I didn't just completely botch explaining it. Good luck.